Hello, welcome to another edition of Trial by Magus with the Rechlin Skunkwerks report. Today I'm going to be responding to a viewer request who asked coverage on the new-ish Kostikov 302 Tier 7 Premium Soviet Light Fighter. This is a mixed propulsion aircraft. She mounts a pair of ramjets beneath her wings and carries a rocket booster in the tail there. This is unusual in that there aren't many mixed propulsion aircraft in the game. You have the Tier 3 I-15 BIS DM2 ramjet propelled biplane, and you have the Yak-3 RD also at Tier 7 with the Kostikov. Strangely enough, all of the mixed propulsion aircraft in the game at this point are Soviet, to my knowledge. There's a few other ones that have gone in and out of the game files and have been shown in teaser pictures, like there's an American one. I believe it was a Bearcat that was mixed jet propulsion and piston engine, and of course there's the infamous P-51 JP from prior to release that has not been seen since. That's an aircraft that I miss in particular. Those things used to terrify me. But getting back to the Kostikov here, this is one of the best limited run premium aircraft that I've gotten my hands on. I'm really glad that I picked her up. She came with this nifty polished aluminum mixed with red racing stripes paint job for free that also improves the performance of the aircraft. It also comes with this Soviet era style nose art. I don't know if that's supposed to be a superhero or an angel or, whatever. In Soviet Russia, icons are forbidden, Getting to the meat and potatoes of the plane here, or should that be borscht and vodka? She has 4 20mm Shavak cannons, all mounted in the nose here. 2 of them protrude up there. The other 2 are flush mounted here in the bottom. You can see the ejection ports for their casings down here. The engines, the D1A is your rocket booster in the tail, and the PVRD is the variety of ramjet that's on the wings here. Now the reason this thing is mixed propulsion is because ramjets do not operate from sitting still. Unlike a standard jet engine, if you just started up one of these on the ground, it wouldn't start. The ramjet wouldn't start because it needs air pressure actually flowing through the engine in order to create the combustion that provides propulsion. So, in order to provide that initial propulsion, the Kostikov was fitted with a rocket butt. Rocket booster in the back propels the aircraft to takeoff speed and then pushes it further until the ramjets are operational. At that point in time, the ramjets would take over propulsion of the aircraft, and she would operate as a normal jet at that point. The rocket booster, to my knowledge, historically was not intended to be used in combat. It may have assisted with initial climb for the aircraft because she was designed to be an interceptor type aircraft, so she would need to gain altitude quite quickly after takeoff. Other attributes of the aircraft: one of the fastest aircraft I've seen at Tier 7. She even outruns the Tier 7 heavies, unless they've gone into a dive, because they're heavier than her and actually have gravity working for them in that case. However, the Kostikov is, in my opinion, one of the best aircraft at Tier 7 for hunting heavy fighters, because it has the high altitude performance that they do, so they can't climb up high and hide from you because, well, you're already there most likely if you're flying this thing. And they can't outrun you because you've got rockets and you're a jet aircraft, and they can't outmaneuver you, obviously, because this is a light fighter. The 20mm cannons are getting kind of old by now, but they still do enough damage at close to medium range to finish off a heavy fighter from full health to destroyed in one pass. Lower altitude light fighters will give the Kostikov problems. However, if you can bait them into trying to engage you at a higher altitude, you can put them into a bad situation, hammerhead on them, and take them out in one pass, because the 20mm on this thing are sufficient for dealing with heavies, more than enough for dealing with lights and multi-rolls, and heck, if you aim well, they can even deal with an attack aircraft in the end game. General tactics with the 302, you want to fly her pretty much like a German. You do a lot of action in the vertical, although she's no slouch in the horizontal either. Just beware of engaging in a turn fight with things that would obviously turn better than you. P-51s, 109s, Spitfires, you know the list. Don't dogfight them. Force them to fight you on your terms, otherwise you're going to get shot down pretty quickly in this thing, because it doesn't have a lot of health to recover from mistakes. What she does recover from very quickly, though, is her engine boost. I have no equipment mounted on this thing that would cause it to cool any faster than standard, and still standard cooldown on this thing is more than enough. She seems to me to always have some boost available, and it is one of her best weapons, really. It's good for an escape, it's good for pursuit, it's good for tactics. Abuse the crap out of it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at one of the prime competitors to this aircraft at Tier 7, the British Meteor Mark I. It's the only other Tier 7 aircraft with propulsion similar to the Kostikov. The Meteor 1 is a much lower altitude performing aircraft than the Kostikov. So you're at 1600 versus 2300. So when battling the Meteor, you want to try to force it to exit its comfort zone, try to drag it up into your area in order to really put the best chance of putting the kibosh on them. And generally that relies on, having supremacy, forcing him to leave his comfort zone. Otherwise, they're just going to hang around and wait for you to come down and fight them on their own turf. Otherwise, the two aircraft compare pretty evenly. The Kostikov has less health. The Meteor has more firepower. Those 420mm that the Royal Air Force used are much better than the Shavaks that the Kostikov is armed with, which are getting pretty long in the teeth by the time you get to Tier 7. They're not weak, but they're not as good as the British ones. The Kostikov is much, much faster than the Meteor 1, especially in the vertical. You use that rocket boost, and that's pretty much a guaranteed escape from the Meteor, because they are not that good in a climb. Maneuverability. The Meteor 1 slightly edges out the 302. However, because of pilot skills and equipment modules you can place on the Kostikov, you can actually alter that to put the maneuverability favor into the Kostikov's camp, unless if the British player has also used those modifications, like the maneuverability increase ability for your pilot, and the control surface adjustments and light airframe for modules. All told, I put the advantage to the 302 here, because it has the advantage on the primary item for the meta of the game currently. It has a better altitude performance, and that really can be used to determine a lot of fights. Not only is it useful against the Meteor 1, but as I said before, that's useful against pretty much everything. That ends the comparison section, so let's go ahead and take a look at a battle here. I was flying this solo the first day that I got her. The first couple of battles I took her out, my connection wasn't that great, and I didn't end up with anything that I could really show here. But I believe it was the third time out I got this battle, and I think the Kostikov really showed me at that point in time what she could do, and I fell in love with it. This is a great aircraft. I hope you enjoy. Good hunting.